It's the Bradford City v Port Vale match preview, and we're going to win 3 in a row. Let me know in the comments down below. So welcome back to another video then. This is the Bradford City v Port Vale match preview. We'll get straight into what Mark Hughes said before the game. Now, there wasn't too much to take from what he said. Basically the usual about the injury situation. He said Gilly had done some work in the week with the players who didn't play on Tuesday night. He did some running and stuff like that with them. He said Elliot Watt's a concern for Saturday, so I don't think he'll be playing, because normally when players are concerned they don't play. He might be on the bench. He says they're still monitoring the situation with Elliot Watt. Vernon's getting close to being in contention to start, which is massive because he's a massive player for us. He also said with Abuaisa and Lee Angover, he ain't prepared to rush them back because, let's be honest, he ain't a lot riding on the season. I'm not sure their contracts are running out. I wouldn't expect them to be, considering they haven't been here a year yet. So in terms of their contracts expiring and players coming in for them, or them potentially just being let go, I don't think that's going to happen. So I think Mark Hughes will be able to look at them over pre-season. So he's not in a rush to bring them back because, let's be honest, we're not going to go down. We're not going to be in the playoffs, so there's no reason to rush players back from injury. Unless I missed it, he didn't say out about Liam Rydhall, so I don't know what the situation is on him. He also was talking about Vale Parade and how players should look forward and embrace playing at this stadium. He said that he looked forward to these games and were excited to play in these games and weren't nervous. He did say how he understands how players have different mindsets going into the games, and he also said we want the opposition to fear coming here, not ourselves, because we are I think we're the 20th in home record, so that makes us the joint fourth worst home team in the league, which is just abysmal. But back-to-back away wins, it's looking on the up for us. I think we're the 5th best away team in the league, so that shows how bad we've been at home, because if we're half as good as at home as we were away, we might have been up there fighting for the playoffs this time. Obviously back-to-back away wins help that. He also said he's looking forward to he also said how he's surprised at how well they're playing with so quick after him coming and implementing the system. He's surprised how well they are doing to adapt into his system. And obviously Derek Adams' football is different to Mark Hughes's. And looking at Port Vale's last few games, match highlights and stuff like that, you have got a sense that they're a very aggressive team. They're on the front foot. They want to get the ball in the opposition half and press them if they don't win the flick-ons. I think they'll beat Crawley 4-1 and beat Mansfield 3-1. Mansfield's a real tough place to go, and they were on a really good unbeaten run where Mansfield, as we knew when we played against them, and they got a really good result there. Darrell Clark is on, what's he on? He's on a period of bereavement leave, so someone's very close has passed in his family, and he's took, I think he's been out for about a month now. And his assistant, I believe, Andy Crosby, has took charge, and since that time they've won 3, drawn 3, and lost 1 in the 7 games that he's been in caretaker. So it's probably the same type of football. We drew 1-1 last time out. Lee Angle scored it on Sky, and it was a pretty good game to watch. But it might be slightly different now because there's no Darrell Clark, for obvious reasons, because he's someone close in his family's past. But in the last results, we've had back-to-back wins, and so have they. But we've had back-to-back clean sheets. They do seem to be a team who you can break down quite easy if you are very precise in your passing, because they do seem to flood a few men forward on the press. I don't know if they'll be like that away from home, but it'll be interesting to see how they will play. But yeah, we have had back-to-back clean sheets. A 2-0 win against Forest Green and a 2-0 win against Hartlepool. So we are on the up, but momentum can take you far away, which Mark Hughes has continuously said in his pre-match conferences. They've lost one in their last 12, so they're on a brilliant run. They lost to Colchester, I think, 1-0 under the caretaker. So they're on a pretty good run, and they picked it up with 2 back-to-back wins. They have some good players. They have a really good squad of players. They have Jamie Proctor, the former Bantam. We had him on loan, I believe, and then we signed him, and he played around 20 odd games for us, and then we let him go to Bolton. He was alright, but he's having a much better season this season than he was at City. I think he scored around 4 goals for City. He's got 8 goals and 4 assists in 21 games, which is pretty decent. Andy Cook's got 11 in 30 odd, I think. I'm not too sure. But David Worrell, a player to watch for them, he's got 4 goals, 4 assists for Port Vale this season. He's created 58 chances, the most for them. So he's the highest, the most creative player in terms of creating chances. And he's got his chances. He's created 1.61 chances per game. But compare that to Callum Cook. Callum Cook has created 85 chances this season and 2.31 per game. If you compare that to Kevin De Bruyne, I know it's a different level. Kevin De Bruyne has created 2.38 chances per game. I know it's a different level, but that's the level that Callum Cook's playing at this season, where I think he's created the second most in the league, or the second most in the AFL. It's one of the two, which is absolutely brilliant. He's also the top assister for us, so I'm sure that they'll be really concentrating on marking Callum Cook out of this game. So, Ben Garrity is their top goal scorer with 10 from midfield. So, head to head, we have lost 2 in the last 11 and won 3. Drawn 6 though. So, I think all in all we have won more games than them in the club's history. But, recently it's been a bit dippy. My team for the game is Alex Bass in goal. I know he can be a bit dodgy, but on a Tuesday night he turns into Buffon in his prime. Hendry in right back, also another player who can be dodgy defensively. When I've seen him positionally, he can be a bit caught out, but you know what you're getting, and he's much better going forward. He gives a lot of effort, and he's better than Felkeld. O'Connor, Songo, easy picks. Forwards in left back, Sutton in defensive midfield. I think he's more of a box to box, which may be a reason why we play a 5-4-1 against Port Vale at home. But I do think he wants to play 2 up front at home, but maybe because there's no Elliot Watt and Sutton's more of a box to box, maybe he won't be given the opportunity to play in that defensive midfielder position, because I don't know, he just might not be disciplined enough to be in that position. Or he could play Songo up there and play Kelleher or Staunton, who could still be injured, I'm not too sure. Callum Cook in the attacking midfielder position, like I said earlier, he's just on form at the minute. His contract's running up at the end of the season. We must do everything to keep him. Evans on the left, again, a player who puts massive effort in every game and never stops running. Pereira on the right, he put a brilliant pass over to Callum Cook, I think it was, on Tuesday night. And he does look like a player who's got that bit more quality. And if you continuously play him, then he will become sharper and you will see that quality shine through. And Cook and Lavery up front, I think them two do complement each other better than anyone in the squad. But the only reason I can't see them playing is if he does play the 5-4-1, because he may not be able to trust Sutton, because I think when he's played Sutton he's been playing off the right or the left of the midfield. in place of Gilliard and Devons, so for that reason alone, he may not trust him to play as a midfielder. But that's where we're going to leave it. Hopefully City get 3 wins in a row. They're on good form too. I feel like saying a draw, but the way we're performing at the minute, the confidence the players are at, I can see another win. I don't think it'll be as convincing as last ones. I think I'm going to give a 2-1 win to City and a Andy Cook last minute winner. Well, I say that. Last 10 minutes. Have a good one, and I'll see you later.